All right, yo, what's up, everybody? This is Zero, and today we have the lovely Miss GeGe here, and we're
Hi.
gonna we're gonna talk. Oh yeah, so yeah, we're gonna talk about. I mean, we'll start talking about photography, and we're gonna see where the conversation goes. You know, she is a photographer in California. I don't know if you want to say where, but mm, I'll let you introduce yourself, GeGe. Uh, you there, GeGe? There. I think our connection went off. Okay. Well, I don't know what happened. Uh, I guess when she gets her connection back, we can start the conversation. Wow, just want to start screaming. That's when things want to start messing up. All right, let me. Okay, uh, this one and add this one. Okay,
Can you hear me now? Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah. All right. So yeah, I'll let you introduce yourself then.
Oh, okay. So, I kind of missed out because it got cut off a little bit on my end, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I was pretty much just like I tell a little bit what I am, and I tell a little bit about what you're about, and I let you, finish off, you know,
Oh,
tell as much as
sure.
you want to.
Okay, so look, I am a I'm a Cancer. That's my sign. No, but seriously, I'm a photographer. I'm an artist at heart. Um, Photography is my hobby since I was like yay high, and then I started doing photos when it was in the dark room, and I learned to make my own camera. Yep, not a camera, a technical camera, but a pinhole shutter camera. I don't know if you know what that is.
I, I do not. Would you like to explain it to us, or?
Yeah, definitely. What you do is you get like an old little box or old box kind of thing, and then you like a I want to say a shoe box or whatever, and not necessarily a shoe box, probably something smaller, and then you push a pin so the light can come in, but you paint inside the box black, and then you place a mirror in there, and then you put it undeveloped. Undeveloped. I can't even freaking speak. I could never say that word because I speak so many different languages that it's hard to say certain pronunciations in English. But undeveloped, there we go. Um, Picture in, and what you do is you have a shutter box, like it's like a little a slide. You kind of like or a little peekaboo box or like one of those like a veil or blind, like a curtain kind of thing.
Yeah,
You kind of lift it really quickly. You make people stay real still for a long time. This is how old fashioned photographs first came out. Is you have to sit there forever and not move. You have to sit still. Don't blink, don't move, don't do anything. And it's always going to come out black and white. So you just do it, you close it, and then so I would go into the red room, the dark room, where I develop my own, hanging up my pictures up and letting them air dry. So when I say, yeah, I take shoots in the raw, people be like, the raw. I'm like, meaning I don't manipulate my pictures that much. I try not to. Photoshop is great and all, but I'm very, very old school when it comes to my photography. So people kind of tend to enjoy that. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely do
I
because I
don't like the
remember.
phoniness. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like a few. years ago, I remember I was just like I was looking at one image. I think it was like just like a bird or something like that. I'm like thinking, oh man, that looks like a something I should catch it with a picture or something like that. So I took a picture. I was like, oh, it looks great, even though like the camera I had like did not take like the best photos, best quality photos, but it looked good for what it was, and it just kind of had me kind of interested in doing. I mean, and doing like photography and like and
Of course.
videography. I mean, I'm not doing it like as like a fetish something like that. But I do it like when I do my videos and all that. I mean, I've had people pay me to do it like just like pay me like to record and take pictures and like edit like footage and all that. But I mean, I didn't really take it on as like like a big thing. It was just like like friends that had asked me to do it because they didn't know anybody else who could do it like at the time. So
I'm gonna say this thing about photography is anyone can do this, right?
yeah,
The thing is, you gotta be patient, and then you gotta capture, keep. You gotta stay in the moment. You can't get bored with it, and what you gotta do is keep that shutter going, because you're gonna catch that right moment, because every photographer, even if you're a professional, is still an amateur. You're gonna have more worse pictures than you have great pictures, and the great
yeah,
pictures I can't even show you guys because I have to sell them. They're sold.
right, right,
They're not for the public. That's somebody else's. Now it's somebody else's property. That's my art. But I can't just nearly freely let people have them and then they're just using it for memes or whatever. The thing is, so I show what I can if I'm out, doing things. But the thing with photography is finding the right moment, and that's why I get hired, is because I find people in their moment, in their space of time, when they think no one's looking, or when they're enjoying them, or they're being their true selves. I mean, even in nature, I capture nature like when it's just being natural.
yeah,
Yeah, the whole thing with you can do weird as freaking, to me it's weird. The
yeah.
whole concept of buildings and stuff or shapes. I'm like, that's lazy photography to me.
I can see that.
Yeah, because there's different jobs. You know how certain jobs is like you'd be like, you just that's all you do? Okay. But I'm not looking down on it. Just like I say I'm not a videographer. That's why my YouTube thing is not, and plus I'm not getting paid for YouTube, so I'm not putting my effort into it like hard as I should, because I'm saving all my energy for something bigger. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
is this is me going, okay, who's cool with me and who's gonna come and join me when the push comes to shove, kind of situation. So if you like what you see, then you're gonna love exactly what I do. And the people who have seen what I'm capable of doing and have seen my work can't say nothing but great things about it.
yeah, yeah. I know I had like someone who was like who does like videography like professionally and all that. He was telling me like like the way I was like recording my videos and all that. He was like say, yeah, you got an extra eye. You make sure like the frame is like make sure everything is captured in the frame. You say you didn't have to use like they call like things called like 3/5, like where you have like these squares that help you line up to make sure you're in line with the video.
Yeah, that's why I'm not that's a whole nother level.
Yeah,
Videography is
yeah,
a whole different kind of
yeah,
patience and a different
yeah,
kind of mentality, because like I've worked with videographers, and I know you've seen if you've gone through my page, you know I've worked with some YouTubers that's on here, and
Yeah.
I'm just there. I'm there for the fun, but I'm also there to capture the, the time. But I'm not good with the videos, and they were trying to teach me, and it's technical, and then all the editing that goes behind it. You don't know what freaking it's exhausting work.
I know I know how it is. Like I like if I have like stuff I want to do on my YouTube, especially if I'm like want to like try to do different stuff, they gotta look for certain stuff. That is extremely time consuming.
It is very detailed oriented, because the people that you're
Yeah,
taking pictures of, they
yeah,
are very, very they're so, like, they can find any flaw in themselves that nobody else noticed, but they notice, and you're like,
right.
wow. Ugh. So it's like, okay, they want me to do this, okay. But when they find that one picture where they see, like, I've done like a wedding where the one woman, she cried because she saw her husband was looking at her when she wasn't looking. That was her favorite picture, because I took that picture,
Yeah,
because he was just looking at her when she wasn't looking, and she had never, like, she never seen him look at her when she wasn't looking. You know what I'm saying? But I caught it. I was like, ooh, ching ching.
right.
No, the look in his eyes was like, yeah. And then I was all like, yeah, girl, yeah. Because she was just being her little innocent self. And then he just was all like, that's mine. I was like, yeah, I caught that shot. That was a money shot. That's why they call it money shots.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I remember. Yeah. I remember. When I was at this. I think it was at this venue, and like we were and like that was like it's like a married couple I know, like they were dancing, and I mean, they were playing a song. I think the song was meant for somebody, some other group. I think other couple, but I don't know. I guess maybe I guess they were dancing somewhere else, and they decided to dance. And this couple decided to dance, and I was like recording the whole thing, and I'm like, yeah, this is a pretty good moment because like
Mm-hmm.
you see a couple that's been together for a long time, and and you see they say really happy and dance with each other. Like it's like you can see the connection, and I'm just like I gotta had to get that. And I remember after I recorded and I kind of used some of it for one of my stepping videos, but like but like as far as like the whole thing, I actually sent it to them, so they actually have like they actually have like copy of like the full video.
Yeah. And that's the gift that keeps on giving. Because you know what? You're part of their family now. Because when you take a picture, you took that picture of them, and they're going to remember you. And then, of course, it's word of mouth. They tell their other friends and family. Sometimes you take their baby picture. You go from the wedding picture to the when they have the baby. And then they call you back and they're like, we're having a baby. And then I'm like, what? I'm here. I'm going to take that baby's picture. And then it's like, it's like, you do form a bond, because you meet people in the beginning, like, it's not just like you get hired and that's it. No, you come down. This is how it
Right,
works. You come down, you make a plan, you have a meeting. We all sit down, we discuss, okay, this is what's gonna be happening, this is how I mean, it's not, people don't people think taking pictures is just taking pictures. They don't know there's, like, really, like, you're carrying a suitcase full of lights and stuff and equipment. You're ready to be busy. You're gonna get bruised up. You're gonna get pushed around. People are gonna get in the way. They're gonna get in the shadows. I don't know. Think you gotta do it before the lights go out, or the sunset. All kind of stuff. And then the editing process is like, takes days, weeks. Sometimes it's like, ugh. And then you gotta keep getting their interaction, like, okay, how do you like this? Because you want their feedback. You don't just want to just throw a freaking CD at, or back then it was CDs, or a disc at them, or a little, a little thing at them, is be like, okay, there goes your pictures. No, you gotta be like, and then some of them, some people are really pushy. They be like, I want a whole album. I'm like, okay. You make a picture book for them. Like, you become a whole kind of like, there's a whole setup to this. So people think, oh, she's just gonna take pictures. I'll be like, oh, so that's all I'm good for? I'm gonna take a crappy picture of you. How about that?
Oh no.
You know how it goes. Sometimes you be like, we gonna do this, we gonna play this game. Uh-huh. I'm gonna catch you eating. Or rolling your eyes. I'm gonna catch you doing that, or falling asleep. you know,
Oh,
those
oh,
people
oh,
who
oh,
just
oh,
do that.
I can't. I can't tell you the number of times I take a picture of my teacher and it wasn't the perfect picture she had. Like, so don't post that nowhere.
Those be the best kind too. You be like, that's how you were. I seen you through your. This is how I see you all the time. But get this. There's a whole history behind photo taking.
I'm sure there is.
There are certain cultures, and even in history, where they thought, being captured by photo meant you were getting your soul captured. It's like
Yeah,
mirrors.
yeah, yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah. So, and it was bad luck to blink in front of a picture. If you blinked, it meant you were gonna die soon. So there's also pictures of people back in Victorian times where they would take the last picture with their dead ones with their eyes open. It's creepy, but it is
Wow.
what it is. They sit there and they pose next to their dead relative before the funeral. There's pictures you have to take at funerals. There's pictures take you a long way. Maybe that's why sometimes I feel like there are like certain spirits that are attached to me, because they're like, you did, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I get like this kind of like, it's like, when you meet somebody for the first time, and then, well, when you're dating, and then you go and you meet the family, and then they bring out the freaking picture albums, and they're like, this is him when he was a baby. I was like, I saw your naked butt when you was a baby. And you was in the tub.
Wow.
They're like, yeah, I seen you with your first birthday cake. But
Oh,
I love those.
yeah.
Yes. I seen you when you were sleeping. And they're like, oh my gosh. And people get like, they kind of like it, and but grandma loves showing those pictures, because grandma's all like, that's my baby, he's a grown man now, like this, but this was him. Look, don't let him tell you he was never little. Look. I'm like, look at you. I'm like, why are you wearing a suit at 3 years old? He's the guy I was. He was all like, I was going to church. I
I
said,
must
you
have been
remember? I was like, you
must
remember
must
that?
must have been an Easter Sunday too.
Yeah.
I know because like most people most people like, oh yeah, that's my Sunday, so yeah, most people probably just go on Easter Sunday.
So yes, there
Shoot.
is a whole background and a whole history on photos. People take photographs for granted. Like, when I look back and I look at my mom, and I look just like my mother, but I look at old pictures, and when people used to tell me, "Oh, you look just like my mom," I never knew that I really did until I freaking am like looking back, and I'm like, "Damn, I look like that lady." Sometimes I'm like, "Is that me?" I'm like, I get confused a little bit. I'm like, "Was that me?" I'm like, "No, she's wearing some '70s stuff. That's not me." Even my mother's are like, a few times she's looked at some of my pictures. She's like, I thought that was me for a minute. I said, I know. Why are we twins? Why are we doing this to each other? But it's like, I don't know. It's like a memory in time, forever captured. That's why I said my name is GeGe Captures, because I be taking moments in time, and I appreciate people who take moments in time to just kind of like stop and mesmerize.
Yeah, so like you mentioned like the history of photos. Like, was there anybody in particular that you kind of look to inspiration, like, and maybe somebody historically that might have inspired you somehow?
Not historic. Well, I can say historically, but I'm gonna say the real the real person that really got me to start. I have an uncle who his hobby was photography. He was a doctor, but his he was a dentist. But his in his spare time he loved to photograph with it, like this old camera. And seriously, I was like 7 years old or so. And really, it was like I was always like looking at the camera, trying to like, but I didn't want to touch it because I was like, they always told me don't touch. But I was always around it, sneaking, looking to look at it. Like I was like curious about it, because it would be like random stuff, like would be like out, like he and then back then we were in the Caribbean. And then he came to kind of like, when he married my aunt, he came down to visit the family. And then we had Mardi Gras going, and then he was like taking photos, and we were getting our face painted, and he was taking photos of us, and the photos were beautiful. And then he was hanging photos up, and things like that. And then I'm like, why do you always? He says it calms me down. And so he had his camera around sometimes, just sitting there, and I would be like, and this is the 80s. So I'm sitting there looking at the camera. I'm staring at, I want to touch it so bad, right? One day he just put it in my hands, cuz I was that curious about it, cuz he noticed. Cuz he'd be like, "Do you want chewing gum or something?" I said, "Nope. I'm looking at the camera." I want that camera. I want to know, why do you love this camera so damn much? And then once he put it in my hands, and then he says, "Go ahead and shoot." It was like the world opened up to me. It was like the world's in your hands now. Like you can be behind this, and no one will pay. I mean, they'll see you, but they won't really pay attention. They don't pay attention anyway. So it's like catch them at their best light. Yeah, catch them in their moment, the way you see them. And then that's exactly how I did. Because when I know the first few photos were like super blurry, but he printed them, like he handed them to me anyway. He got them in the, he developed them, and then he handed them to me anyways. And he was like, "Good job." I said, "Good job. I can't see nothing." He says, "You were in movement." So I basically captured myself learning to love. So basically I was sitting around, moving around with a camera that wasn't made for that. I was just kind of like click 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 click. And he said, "Good job." It was all blurry. It was nothing but fuzziness. And then he was like, "No, you did a great job." That's how you learn. You learn to do it unproper to become proper at it. I'm like, "Whoa, I'm good at this." I'm good at fucking up. Excuse my language. I'm good at messing up. I'm sorry. I just did that. I. But no, seriously, it's like one of those things. Is like, when you learn to live and live for yourself, and people put my art down a lot. Like people be like, whatever, it's not that special. I'm like, you ain't seen none yet. I can make it special.
Now, I know you mentioned this earlier, and I don't know if you don't mind me asking this, but I mean, you say you had spoken. I mean, you say you spoke different languages. Like, I mean, I don't know if you
Yeah.
want to say how many languages you speak and which ones, and if you
Oh,
don't,
it's between languages and dialects. I mean, it's all languages, right? But
yeah.
French, Creole. I can get by with some Italian. Of course, English. Some African word as Dwala, my dad speaks. So, like some of the dialect that he spits out, sometimes I'd be like, I know when he's like not happy with me. I don't know. They be talking. They be talking in front of me behind my back, and I'd be like, I'm gonna pick up on that shit. And then so when I repeat it back, they're like, don't say things like that, and I'm like, you just said it. So what does it mean? Like I'm one of those. I'm a smart ass. I'm like seriously, I'm sarcastic to the point where like my family is like, we cannot. I can't. I don't know. What else, GeGe? What do you want from us? I'm like nothing. They like, are you for real? I'm like, I don't want nothing. Promises, promises. I don't need them.
uh, uh,
Why are you laughing so hard? Because I'm true.
uh,
I'm bad.
but yeah, and like like I mean, we talk about photography, but I know you're working on something else too. I mean, I don't know if you want to
Oh
talk about
yeah.
that.
It's it's prototyping right now, and people are asking already. I shouldn't said nothing yet. I'm working on some jewelry. I make jewelry. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd be like, nah, it'd be on me, and I'd be on because people were like, well, that's some nice stuff you're wearing. I'm like, I made this, and they're like, for real? I'm like, oh, I think y'all like this. Somebody asked me, do you make men stuff? I'm like, yeah. Let me come up with a few more stuff, okay? I'm like, but I don't know. I gotta do a pre-order and then do it by count because I don't know how this is gonna go. It's fine though. You over here telling people I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, I better keep my promises. I'm one of those. I can't look. I'm not a slacker. I'm sitting here like, no, I better do something about it. Because then you come off looking bad when I gotta do it.
So do you have some available? Or you still working on?
I'm still working on them. These are prototypes. I can make them available, but I gotta get paid.
I mean, I mean, do you have somewhere of like people are interested in your jewelry?
They gotta hit me up on my email, or they gotta get in contact with me. I'll set up something and then I'll let everybody know when I do that. But I mean, clearly, like just email me and then I'll see what I can come up with. I also have an Instagram, so if they want to just give me a little quick
You
message.
want you want me to post the IG link?
Sure, why not? I mean, I'm not ashamed of it.
I didn't think you were. I mean,
I ain't no IG model. I'm more over there entertaining. I show some of my pictures and then I do a lot of like capping. Well, not capping. More like sarcastic like stuff. Sometimes it's usually about me. Like I'll be like, "Yup, that's so me. That's so true." Or I get on my righteous stuff where I'll be like, "I'm political today." I change my mind every day.
Yeah.
I change my mind like I change outfits. I'd be like, I don't know if you saw. Did you see when I thought that girl was me? Oh, what's her name? Diddy's ex-girlfriend.
I don't know who that is. I
I I I thought it was me because she had my same outfit on and everything, and I think I did a picture just like that, and I was like, "Ooh." Why for a minute there? I thought that was me. I was like, "Ooh, I need to get off the internet because people are gonna start to think I'm feeling myself." I threw
I'm,
my
I'm
clothes on the thing because I was like, "Why she literally got the same outfit I got on right now?" Like, no, for real, like, stop. Oh, you knew I was gonna go elsewhere with some crazy stuff. I don't know why, but I want to talk about freaking comic books with you.
uh, well, I mean, well, so what you know about comic books anyway?
Shit, She-Hulk is my bitch. That's my girlfriend. No, She-Hulk. I think I'm She-Hulk. I don't know. I think I'm her. Her name is Jan. I'm Jan. I'm GeGe. She's shy in real life. I am. She's pretty book smart, but she a badass. Um, she can control her situation sometimes. She makes things happen. She moves stuff. hmm
So
You know,
I'm
she started the Justice League, huh?
well, no,
Who in the
that's
movie?
I mean, did you want me to put your YouTube channel in there as well, or
If you want to, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm
yeah?
not tripping. Yeah.
But you know, She-Hulk is Marvel and Justice League is DC.
but she's the kind. You know what? She freaking jumps dimensions. You know that, right? 5D. She's the one who she was a
But
page turner.
I mean, she was. I don't think she. I don't think I ever seen her in the DC comics. I mean, you say she
She
might have been with
wait,
the possibly with the Avengers, but I mean, she wasn't really a big player in the Avengers.
she look her up. You're gonna find out real quick. She
I,
jumps.
I
She jumps dimension. No, she jumps dimensions to the point where there was a Red Hawk, the She Devil or whatever, and then
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was Red Hulk. It was Thunderbolt Ross. That was like the guy that was
oh gosh, I knew I should have
the
talked to you about this from the get go.
yeah. I mean, I mean, it was like yeah, he got. I mean, I think like they experiment on him, and he got like the Red Hulk powers. He was like the father to Betty Ross. That was like one that Hulk was in love with.
You see? Uh huh. Uh huh. They ain't supposed to be in love. They cousins. Excuse me. Ah, I was look. I used to collect comic books and I used to collect freaking baseball cards back in the day, and bazooka gum comics. I don't know. I used to do. I used to do that just to win a T-shirt. Now people are just handing me T-shirts and going, sell my products. I'm like, for real? Back then, I used to have to collect all this stuff. I bought us. Remember Sea Monkeys, and I was all like, I don't see nothing. My cousin laughed at me for like forever.
Wow.
I have a cousin who sat there and was all like, so how's your freaking fishies going? I'm like, I don't know. I can't see them. He says, because they're not real. They're in or Pet Rocks. Remember Pet Rocks?
I've heard of them. I never
Yeah,
had
I never
one.
had one either, but people look like Pet Rocks. Shit, I'd be like, "Ooh, you got a Pet Rock? What does it do? Roll over?" Bet you, bet you, it can't skip that lake. Then they go skip it. I'm like, you lost your pet. Why you toss your pet away? Why did you toss your pet away?
Let's see if people have questions about the photography, but like
Okay.
while I'm waiting for that, but like I think like probably like one of the first comic books I ever actually had, and I wanted fit like in a like in a fishing thing with my daddy, like it was like I mean, it was pretty much like kind of stuff like if you man catch fish, they give you like a comic book, and the first comic I ever had, it was like a Fantastic Four comic, and it had like the Black Panther on it, and I
Maybe that's what it. Yes.
but I'm like I seen this, and I was like I read it, I was like I said, man, who is this cool character, like his brother, going doing this thing, it's like a black superhero. I was like, oh wow, like. And but back then nobody know Black Panther. So like, I was like, say, oh yeah, Black Panther. They think I'm talking about the Black Panthers. Like, no, that's not. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
And come to find out, like a few years ago, that was actually the first appearance that Black Panther was actually in.
Yeah. The thing with the comic books is like a lot of realism in it, and then a lot of like fantasy, which I love because it's part of my life is realistic. Like I seriously, I can get down in very very professional or very very can. But then do I want to be like that all the time? No, because then that's just gonna age me. It's just gonna freaking stress me out trying to I don't need to feel important to nobody. My thing is I'm here to bring the fun when there's too much chaos going on. This is why I love capturing pictures, and I feel like comic books kind of capture, like, it's a little bit of history books also, regardless on if you see it that way or not, because my mind goes into, like, when you see pictures, it's kind of invented, because that's what memories are, is like they say, like, if when you pass you see your life flash, or memory, or your memory can fade, but what are you gonna remember last? You know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those things. It's kind of like someone can bring you a picture or a smell or something, a sound, and next thing you know, it brings that person right back to reality. But you know what? I don't wanna confuse the masses, because sometimes us angels on earth gotta keep our disguises on. We gotta tuck our wings away.
Yeah,
We can't be superheroes all the damn time. Sometimes we need time to ourselves, because then they'll be coming to us like, "Can you help? Can you ask God first, please, before you come to me?"
yeah. And like while we were talking, like like lady C came and said, "What are we talking about over here?" And
Everything.
yeah, I was like anything, man. I was like, I said, I mean, when we were talking about photography, but I was like, I told her the conversation with Road.
I told you my mind goes from this point to that point because it all relates to me. I don't know. It makes sense to me to piece it all together because that's my life. Because it can be hot 1 minute and cold the next. I could be in a good mood 1 minute and one person will freaking, like, do something I am irritated by, like not wear their mask in public, or walk up to me trying to point, like trying to tap me, and I'm like, "Do you know there's an epidemic going on?" And my whole mood will change. Like, no, no. Why is your dog here?
I was just using pandemic like, hey, you don't need to be that close to me. Like, I don't want you that
Anyway,
close to me. I don't want you close to me anyway. But I was like, yeah, it's a pandemic here. Social distancing. six
like,
feet, 6 feet, 6 feet.
people who play instruments, do
Yeah.
you notice they don't get close to each other? They keep their spaces and they know when to come in tempo. Okay? You do not block me. Don't do that shit. Like, stay that
Right.
way. I stay this way. Yeah. Yeah. I've been practicing this all my life so I don't kick you in the face. Do you want to get reached? Because if my fist don't reach, my legs will.
Who playing instruments is like kicking people in the face and punching people?
Because they be asking for it. No, seriously, I had somebody behind a mask start cussing me out. I said, I can't hear you. She took her mask off just to cuss me out, and I wasn't doing nothing but cracking my damn
Oh,
work.
I remember like
I rolled up my I rolled up my I said I put my cross fingers up. She hated me.
I
I said,
remember
be
I
gone.
remember
I said, be gone, demon, be gone. She was mad at me.
hey GeGe, I remember like one time last week I was like catching I was catching I think it was either Lyft or Uber, one of them, and I was going in the car and like what to my he said, okay, so you need a face mask on, you need a face mask on, but this dude didn't have no face mask on. I'm like, how you gonna tell? I'm thinking like, how you gonna tell me to put on a face mask? You ain't got yours on.
At first, I was weirded out by it, but now I'm starting to accept it because now nobody knows what I look like, so I can act a fool if I want to. But I think that's the point. They want you to act a fool, so I stay inside and
I mean,
act a
I mean, I
fool.
mean,
I act a fool inside my own closed door.
somebody called Robert Story. Oh, he said, what the guy look like? He had like skin. He had a
He
mask
had a
on.
mask on. He had a mask on. Props to the motherfucker wearing a mask. Look, oh, excuse me again. Oh my gosh, I need to watch my mouth. Oh, I forget. I'm on the line.
Yeah.
I'm on the I'm on the web. They be like docking points and stuff. I'll be like, who's watching this?
Oh
But no,
man.
seriously, no. Seriously, time have changed, and I don't know if I am okay with it or not. I'm mostly not okay with it, but I'm going like this gives me freaking jokes for days. I'd be like sitting there like, ooh, let me see, because you know what? I was just telling somebody we were driving around downtown, and I said I have never, and I hope okay for all the white people out here who are watching us. I look. I ain't tripping off of y'all. But I ain't never seen so many white people in rich areas looking bummy.
Go ahead, just say how you feel. We shoot. They know how they look.
They walking around just like I don't care. They just going to the store and back. Their butts got big. Their beards got grown. I'm looking like, wow, what has happened? They're looking like mountain people, like for real. And I live in the mountains, but they really looking like mountaineers. I'm like, whoa, y'all was clean cut like last year. Talking about YOLO,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, yeah, it's really YOLO. People is dropping like flies this year. I'm like, no, we can't have that. What's going on? The bugs ain't dying. The birds ain't dying. The fish ain't dying. Nothing else is dying but us. Everything else is dying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, like she asked me, did you hijack me?
Well, let me ask, lady C. Are you having a good time though? Cause
So are
I
you
think he's.
not entertained?
I think we're having what coffee table conversations where things can, when you're talking to real friends, you don't have to pick a subject to debate on, because once it's over and done with, we move on to the next. We're like, yeah, let's keep this party started. Keep this party going. We don't got to stick to one thing, right? We we are having a great time. She's like, I hijacked. I took the keys. I was like, my ride.
I'm gonna get the keys back. I'm just.
Ah, take your keys back. Here.
uh,
You- what else is happening here?
I guess. I mean, if you got nothing else to talk about, we go in this. I'm definitely gonna do a live later on anyway. But
Oh, you are?
yeah,
Ooh. Ooh. Am I invited?
but
Lady
you
C
always
is all,
invited.
Lady C is all like, GeGe needs to go take a nap somewhere. Recall what she said. Recoup. Well, like more people. I think more people are coming in. I just saw the comments stuff. Now I'm looking. Everybody's all like, okay, yeah, y'all. You guys. If you guys are having a great time, thumbs up it, and show love. Come by it a lot more often, because I'm gonna be here often, and we are going to be having fun here. We don't do that unnecessary. What we do over here. No, seriously, we don't do that funky stuff where people look down on us on the things other people do. We talk about real life. Well, semi-real, right? It's like what we fantasy slash reality. We're trying to have heaven on earth on this web. Ugh. My channel is all about love. I'll be like, but then you can tell when I'm mad, because then I'll go on a rant, and um then I'll start singing sad songs, or
Well, I
cuss
mean,
words.
but you always say on your channel.
I do the weirdest stuff, and then people be like, what is her deal?" I'm like, yeah, figure it out. Figure it out.
I
I
mean, everybody has their own uniqueness. And I'm just like, yeah, I let people be themselves. Like,
Hey.
if it shock people, it shock people. But don't, dude. I didn't plan this.
No, you didn't. And that's the weird thing, because people gonna think they're gonna think this is, oh, they did No. This is coming all out of the top of our heads for real.
This is why I said the conversation with Rose, because you like, oh well, I'm done talking about retire. I'm gonna talk about something else.
Well,
She
I don't
took the
want to give
wheel.
all my secrets away, because people going, they taking notes.
I don't want you to tell your secrets.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I still got a business to run, and people gonna be like, I'm learning from GeGe how she go, you got paid to do this.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see more photography, you can check out IG, and if you
Well, I
see
knew the
more.
history of photography. Okay, did you know that in some funerals, like, I know in a lot of, when you go to a lot of, like, say, funerals, you see the picture or the image of that person, or they do a montage.
Yeah,
Yeah. Those come useful. Or they do the little, the little booklet and everything with the photography. But also there's a thing where back then you used to bury your old ones with a picture of memories. And that's the only thing a grave robber wouldn't do. When they would rob a grave, they would not rob that gravesite if there was a picture of loved ones in them. In the That was respect, because they knew that person was loved.
Okay. Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because then they know they would get hunted if they, or the family would come hunt them down. Yeah, there's a whole history behind this. I'm not,
I mean, as far as the family hunting down, how would they know who did it?
because they're gonna go visit the funeral site and they're gonna find out who did it. Somebody's gonna sit there and see.
No, I'm talking about because like somebody did it,
After
like you know.
Yeah, after the fact, they're gonna watch and see who's doing it, is what I'm saying.
So you saying the person comes back to go to somebody else's grave or something like that.
Well, you know how there's a funeral and they say that sometimes the person who killed you will show up at your own funeral. But then there are also grave robbers. There are people who wait for a fresh grave to dig it up and then steal from the dead. See, I'm from different cultures where it's still practiced. I mean, I'm sure they still do it out here, is or they move bodies out here and people don't know about it. Like um they'll move bodies and then start a whole new freaking foundation thinking that nobody really is visiting the gravesite. But people religiously visit their loved one, especially if you are a great loved one. Can you imagine if you were the ancestor, if you were from a family that has a great name, do you not think people are gonna visit your site to show respect? And for it to be disrespected, they're going to patiently wait to see who's doing the job. They're going to pay probably the gravekeeper to watch. They're going to do their extra diligence. This is why there are movies like Handyman, or there's certain shit there. Okay, there's certain things that's kind of told to us in folklores and in tales, but it's all done in in a manner because it is part of history. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, this is why in certain places, yeah, in Louisiana or Caribbean, they put graves in stones. But do you know how expensive it is to even get? Okay, it's expensive enough to get a marker, but it's in a casket. It's expensive to get the ground. It's also expensive to put stone over your grave so the water won't wash your body over, or people won't dig you up.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So if they happen to crack open a casket, because some caskets even have like locks on them, for them to crack it open and to steal from you, but if they see a picture or a rosary or some kind of, I don't know, some kind of significance, a Bible with that body, they're not gonna touch it. Or nobody wants that bad juju. And when they touch, I don't even want to know what happens to people who touches who messes with the dead. I don't even want to know what happens to them. I really don't want to know.
Yeah.
You know. So it makes you think. Yeah, when I say about photography, it's a deeper, meaningful situation. It's like sometimes you capture history in the moment. You capture in the making. Sometimes it's like the best pictures, like remember watch or getting the Scholastic News or whatever, or not National Geographic, and then you would look at pictures and be like, whoa, this is enticing. It's an image that impacted you. Starving children, or because it's not necessarily is the best picture, and it's but it's
It's the
the
meaning
feeling
behind
it
it.
gives. Yeah, it's the meaning behind it. You felt like you was there.
Yeah.
Hmm. So that's,
Well,
I guess that's how I want to feel as being a person, is finding a place where people can feel like, wow, you got that perfectly, or not even perfectly, but you you knew you got the essence of it, or I felt like I was really reliving it, or I'm part of their memory bank, and I'm part of that piece of love that they've been everybody learned for love. All right, I'm part of that piece that they were important enough. And when I sang, I started singing because I couldn't speak for a while. I got, and I said this story before. I got sick. I couldn't speak. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do much. Like, I could have given up on myself. But I was watching YouTube and I started laughing. But then I started doing, like, my singing, my karaoke, because that's the only thing I knew. Like, because I could hum or I could whistle, and I would whistle. When I needed my daughter to like bring me something or whatever. And then it was like, eventually it was like she would sit there and she would sing with me, and then I could sing, and I got my words back by singing, because she'd be like, just look at the lyrics, let's sing along. And that's exactly how it happened. I started singing. And so if you catch me like mumbling over my words or going overboard with my words, is because yes, I do speak a bunch of other languages, but at the same time, I had to recapture my voice. At the same time, there was a point where I was speaking like nonsense. Like, people were so confused because I thought I was saying what I was saying, but it wasn't coming out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is why I say, what I'm saying, I guess. Because it's all jumbled up in my head. It wants to be sped out because I've been silent for so long that sometimes it comes off wrong, or it comes off, what's wrong with her? And I'm like, God, I died like twice already. Like, shit, can you give me a break? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Sometimes it's like you can't please nobody. So it's like, so I sing a song, and I started singing with soldiers. My main focus, a lot of the guys you see me singing with are soldiers. They're in the military. So, people want to play this game with me, and I'm like, nah, nah. We're taking a chill time. We're singing, and I'm giving goodie baskets, like, movies and stuff that they miss. You send stuff over, and now they can stream. So I'd be like, you want me to get you your Netflix bill paid? You know what I mean? Just to make their day. So they'd be like, hey, GeGe, sing with you. I'm like, cool. You gonna be on YouTube. You gonna be on YouTube. So, and you can tell I pick my favorites. I have people that I dearly am affectionate towards. Yes, I do pick and choose who I deal with.
I
And
mean, as you should.
yeah, and I should, yeah. And you'll see, like, I pick my favorite people, like, where I'm like, yeah. So you'll see me consider. So people be like, "Is that your boyfriend?" I'm like, "He's my friend, and he's a boy." So I guess, even though that I have never met that person in life, but yeah, we communicate through song, and we communicate through maybe emails or whatever. But it's not like No, we are not attached. No, they have or most of them have families. I'm not even trying to do all that. But people want to put you in a box with everybody else, and I'm like, ugh, okay. Keep thinking that. That means you find me sexy, because you're thinking about sexy stuff about me. I'm like, keep
Well,
thinking sexy. Sex sells. What's the old saying? Sex sells.
yeah.
I'm about to heat up your channel right now. GeGe
Uh,
Money, that's sexy. She gonna go sexy. Not even sexy. Sexy. Sexy is for kids. Sexy. It's for grown-ups. Look, all the grown women and sexy women up in here are like, hey. Exactly. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna do it right. You can look. Keep looking. I'm like, well, I still look. Well, I still got something to look. Well, I still got something for you to look at. You better keep looking. I ain't
oh
ready
yeah, I
just.
can. Oh yeah, I'm seeing our women here. I can already imagine. I'm gonna hear all the jokes about it. Be like, you see her? She has zero crying up in here.
No, well, that's the thing. Is that real women know we sexy. All right, the real women who sexy know we sexy. So, I mean, we ain't gotta tell nobody, but since y'all want to hear about it, so I'm like, damn
See, I see. See, I already know I'm going. See, now they already started.
uh
Yeah, that's
oh, they're like,
already.
what? Leave my
He
man
said, "Here we go."
alone, GeGe.
No, 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 they not. They be like, "Oh, yeah, they gonna come with the jokes." I'm telling you, I already know it. I'm gonna hear it. You know why y'all do that. You know
Oh,
why y'all
I
do
see
that.
the comment now, Miss Beta. Yeah, yeah. How it's like a competition. It's not a competition, really, but do see it as it is, because they
No,
be
no,
the
no, no. It's not a competition. They just gonna give me. They gonna give me hell about it.
She says, I'm keeping my mouth shut. Exactly. That's what sexy women do. We keep our mouth shut. We be like, who do you think I was speaking to yesterday? I didn't say much. Let him tell it. He gonna tell the world that and I'll be like, for real. Okay, in your dreams, but ooh. I'd be like, ooh, damn, you had a whole freaking lifestyle with me. I didn't even know about. I'll be like, what the heck? So that's why when I look at people who be talking stuff, I'll be like, but you know what? At the same time, I'm like, I don't see pictures with y'all together. Back to the picture. See how I put that in?
Oh goodness.
I'm like, I don't see y'all together. Seems like you talking a whole lot about somebody who ain't tripping off of you.
This is Miss B talking about we just love the Lord.
We love the Lord too. Oh Lord, hold on. The Lord told me to tell y'all, stay sexy, keep it classy, and I don't know, be bougie if you have to. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you, but just keep it together. And if you mess up, that's okay. Reset the button. That's what it's for. Rewind. Please be kind. Rewind. Please be kind. I messed up. I'm like, oh no, 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 no.
I
Rewind.
haven't, I haven't seen that saying since Blockbuster. Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. With the sticker on it, you'd be like, your sticker is messing up with my. I had to get a whole rewind freaking deck, the rewinder, because it was messing up my VCR. That's how old I used to be like, can you stop putting the sticker on there? Because I think the sticker sticks up to my. Because I had to unscrew my VCR just to pull stickers out. I'm like, dude, it's sticking. Y'all know when it start going. You're like, what the hell? Why is it rewind? You go to the store and it's still rewinding. You're like, no, this is not happening right now. This VCR cost me like
Oh yeah, yeah, VCRs were like
that's
you
a
had VCR. You had
whew,
VCR back then. You were like, oh man,
oh
what were you
no.
doing? So you had to watch your stuff on regular TV.
Oh my goodness. And then the TV and then it would mess with your TV. I don't know if it was a connection or your TV tube was starting to go out, but the colors started changing on your TV where it was like you had that one rainbow part. And I'm like, what is going on with this TV? Ew. Every time. And then you start changing it to the disc. And then I even went and I went all out. I think I paid like $200 for like the 5 CD console, the 5 disc. Man, I was all like, if this stuff don't stop hiccuping on me or popping open, I'm like, really?
Oh yeah, well they wild.
You knew what everybody's favorite part was because that one part was kept like getting stuck. That's the part they kept. I don't know if they kept pausing on it or rewinding it. I'm like, okay, I get it. It's funny. Now I can't watch the movie. Oh man, oh man! I knew I should have invested on freaking Netflix because when Netflix was coming out, my sister had an account, right? But she had the send it to my house kind of thing, the DVDs. And I was like, girl, what you doing? That's so silly. You can like watch movies for free. We can go to the movies, whatever. And then she was like, no, I need this in my life. I should have listened. I was like, dang, you on crack? Like, what the hell? She says, no, I have to finish the episode of Lost. I'm like, girl,
I never
finish
bothered
it.
to watch that show Lost. I never bothered to watch that show Lost.
Me neither, because I'm like, I'm lost losing you. I'm like, girl, where are you lost at? What they lost? They're not gonna get found. What the show is called Lost. They're gone. They're bye bye. Leave them alone. They gone.
I'm
She
trying
like,
to. I was trying to figure out like how. I mean, I was trying to wonder how long they were gonna be lost. Somebody gonna find
Ah. Now you see how scrambled my head gets. Sometimes I go from yep, I jump, 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 jump. Yeah, I like this beat down. You riding a bicycle, she like I'm out of here. Like she's
them.
confusing the hell out of me. I love it. Oh my god.
Well,
Don't let me think I'm the only one who thinks like this. Like where my head it just jumps from one topic to another every time. That's why I get bored quickly. I be like, that's why dudes be like, I can't deal with you. Like they're like, okay, this is the thing with guys with me. Even and my friends. No, my friends can hang because they know how I am, but they they tell the other people like, excuse my friend, she gonna be like kind of weird a little bit because she like that. And then the first thing they go, is she mixed or something? I'm like, fuck. They're like, she seems like the type that just is confused about her whole situation. I'm like, no, I just confused the masses. I don't know you. So, try to figure me out. Mm. No, no.
Okay. Uh,
Is it Eurydice? Eurydice? Hi,
Eurydice. Eurydice.
Eurydice. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I feel you because I'll be like that with myself too. I'll be like, oh man, oh man, that's exactly what was going through my head when you were saying that. I was like, oh man, oh man. I know I'm just gonna be like, she gonna put her foot in her mouth. She's speaking too loosely. But no, seriously, no. I have friends I'd be like, no, she's a little quirky. That's why I put on my about page, on my about stuff, I'm eccentric. I'm eccentric. Being professional is hard work on top of working, okay? I know it's like I worked in an office, right? Not having fun. So when they were like telling me, "Hey, you want to set up the event or you because they know I'm going to I'm going to throw the best party ever, right?" So they're like they always come to me for that. They're like, or if they want some sassiness in their emails, I'm gonna be like, I got you. They're like, don't do something. They always go, look, G, don't go overboard. I just need you to strategically say that we are not going to follow up with their decision. I'll be like, I got you. I'll be like, I get to typing. They said, what did you send them? Because I said, why? What happened? They said, well, they sent us a gift. I said, they got the job. They're like, no. I'm like, they got the job. Who's the boss now, bitch? No, excuse me. They're like, no, seriously, you cannot do that. I'm like, I think I can because I'm like managing like two of your offices. So, and I know where everybody lives. They're like, did we just hire a psycho? Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? Zero's all like, I didn't think GeGe was crazy like that. No,
Yeah,
no,
I don't know. I mean, everybody got their old crazy. I heard
no. They like it, right? Because they're like, oh crap, I got a raise for doing that shit because that was the best thing that ever happened to them. Because that guy ended up buying the damn company, which I was like, well, damn, that slapped me in the fucking ass. I'm like, whoa, okay. I'm like, I'm gonna leave now. They're like,
did
no,
you
stay. I'm like, no, I'm gonna leave.
did you talk them into selling their company by doing it?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't do that. I didn't do all that. All I did was send an email that said, man, I hyped them up. I was a cheerleader. So I was like, you did oh my gosh, they can't stop talking about you. Like, I was like, I mean, in a professional manner, I was like, everybody was impressed with your work and your diligence and everything. I put it into technical words, and then they were like, they like freaking like sent a gift that said, we find that we can really, because I'm like, how you gonna have me doing your job? So okay, I don't got no freaking degree in your job. But since I'm helping you out and I'm doing your job and you think you can use me, I'm going to go ahead and do your job for you. So there you go. Uh, and then they were like, well, we'd like GeGe to stay. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go see the world. I became a flight attendant the second time around. I was a flight attendant twice in my life.
Oh, wow. You were a flight attendant?
Yeah, twice. Yeah. My first job was a ticket agent. Then I became a flight attendant for that company. And then again another flight attendant for another company. I was like, yep. If I want to see the world, I want to get paid for it and take my pictures. There we go, back to photos.
Here we go. Back full circle.
Back to square one. Yeah, it always go back to the first love.
Okay. Oh yeah, I never even asked like how long you been doing photography?
Since I was like what 7 or so, like since I was a kid.
Okay.
In high school, I took media studies where I was able to like I had this I had a photography teacher, and then I took media studies where I had to operate cameras, but those were the old school cameras back in the 90s. It wasn't like the cameras you have now. It was like one of those bulky ones, and then you sat there, and I was bored with it when you sat there editing the videos, because I'm not one of those. I don't like to edit videos. I like to edit art. Like I like to edit pictures. Not even pictures are, to me, editing them, I'm like, I want to pick the right one, fix on it a little bit. And fixing on it a little bit to me is time. I mean, it's time consuming, but at the same time, video is like you gotta watch per oh my gosh, you gotta watch per it seemed like seconds. You got to watch every lighting, everything, every movement, every was that the right angle? And then it's like you can't take it back, so you got to cut and splice. And I'm not into all that. I'm like, shoot. That's why my videos don't come out looking that great. I just be like, you gonna either love it or hate it. But
Yeah, I
um,
definitely. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah. Like I did videos. Like it's like that lighting. Yeah, if you get that sun hitting the wrong part, then
you're gonna
like
look
it's.
completely different. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you face like the wrong direction of the sun, then your screen's gonna look really really bright.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I like wow, man. I had to learn like different tricks and all that. Like where to stand and like where to take
That's what.
certain type pictures.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That's what. Mhm.
okay, go ahead.
No, that's why I was gonna say I'm impressed with people who can do that. And someone took me under their wing, thinking I was like I had to tell them like I don't think I'll come and do photos. I'll do the shots for you, but I can't do the video stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not in my nature to do, because they were constantly like the whole time, like I could tell like I was taking away from their ability because they were trying to show me and they kept trying to position me, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't gonna work because I know what I can do with my camera. I don't know what I can do with that, with movement, with constant like motion, and me having to the whole time, like people do unpredictable stuff. And then even filming myself is difficult because I don't have nobody behind to say, hey, sit right here or whatever. So it's kind of hard. So people look like, oh, it looks like a lazy task. But I'm like, you know what's lazy is when somebody just sits there, like they already got it positioned, but they have a script. They sit there and they just talk, or they go in and then they just put screenshots. And I'm like, okay. Compared to me, I'm just like, I'm just gonna free willy this, and you like it, you know. If I find I don't like it, because I really don't watch my own videos. But when I do watch it, because somebody will leave a comment, I'm like, oh, okay, let me see what that's about. Let me see what they liked about it. And then I'm like, uh, I really get kind of like, you ever I feel like, oh my gosh, that's me.
I mean, like good way or bad way? Because
Like,
I'm,
uh, I don't like myself in front of the camera. It seems like it. I'm
you
like,
know, I mean, you should know it's like artists, like that one big thing that artists have in common is like, no matter how many times I do something, you be like, I don't like this.
I don't like
Yeah,
it. Say
I
something.
don't, I don't like it. It's like, even though it's good, it's like, I don't think it was that good. Like,
Right,
I got to do it better.
right. Because you are your biggest judge. People, you are your. Oh my gosh, we judge ourselves so hard, so hard. I mean, I can tell this one woman. I've been. Oh my goodness, I've been telling her how beautiful she is, and she copped an attitude with me, and I was like, okay, fine, bitch. All of a sudden, she want to be my friend. I'm like, oh, you like getting talked to downgrade. I know. I'm like, no, we cool. I ain't trying to kick it with you no more. It's like, or I mean, I feel the same way too when people be like, "Oh, hey, beautiful," and I'm like, "Why are you saying all that?" I understand her by saying that because now that they've seen my face and stuff, I'm like, "Why are you saying all that? Like, what do you want?" You know, but
Right.
yeah, because I like my privacy like that. But I got a lot to say, and I got a lot to stand for. And people gotta hear it because now I'm the new auntie in town. I am not. Yeah, I'm.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it going for like a few more minutes because I gotta get ready to go to this surprise party for my stepping teacher because she's getting ready to leave town and go back to Chicago.
Oh, nice.
So we trying to surprise her, surprise her
Oh,
before she go. So
that's cool. Take pictures. Take pictures. See, we came back
oh
witnesses.
yeah, there were gonna be pictures and video. Now whether or not I post them or not, that's a whole different thing because I
No,
got
don't
plenty.
do that. Ask
I,
permission.
yeah,
Don't ask.
I mean, I was asked permission. Like, yeah, I mean, cause yeah, my thing, yeah, she give me if any pictures I post her, she gave me permission. And she like, no, don't put that out there, cause she know I do YouTube.
Exactly.
I mean, she knows do YouTube, but but she particular anyway. But she was like, yeah, okay, I like this. You can put that one out on there.
Okay. Yeah.
If it's not if it ain't like because I know I still have pins even though she told me to delete them I kept them I just didn't post them nowhere like where
Well,
you like
yeah,
yeah
but that's your family. Yeah, that's your family. So you keep mentals. But yeah, once in a while, I'll post like a picture of my kid or whatever. Like she's grown now, but I'll post like a baby picture. And be like, oh, how's your baby? I'm like, she is not a baby. She's a grown ass woman. And then they like, oh my gosh, how old are you? Like, and then but then she'd be like, Mom, take that crap down. I said,
yeah
I
I would agree with on that because my mom put my baby pictures up I remember like on Facebook my birthday like hold up
I
mom
had
put
every right.
take that off social media we don't need people seeing my baby pictures let's get it off of there.
that's that's your mama saying I'm proud of my baby. This is what
I
I'm.
don't care. Don't want my social media.
But you, but she'd be like, "Mom." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." So I asked her recently. I said, "Hey, you want to go live with me real quick?" Like, and she says, "I gotta check my schedule." I'm like, "Girl, if you don't," she learned from the best. I'm like, "Oh no, you didn't." She goes, "I got responsibilities." This child, that's why I was like, I'm posting you up. There you go. People like, oh, she's so cute. She's like, ew, stop it. And she in the military, so she like, people are gonna see this shit. She all in her little ballerina outfit. She all cute. I'm like, don't make me pull out the diaper pictures. She
Are
like,
you
oh
are you trying to make her never come and talk to you again or see you again?
no.
Because
She never told me so.
that's what's gonna happen if you put them diaper pictures out there.
Where she was falling asleep on her yogurt. She's sitting there like sleeping on her higher chair. But it's me going like, I loved you so much. And then she's like, mm.
Yeah, but I mean, but think about it. Would you want your mom if showing
My
your
mom,
old diaper pictures on social media?
yeah, my mom and my dad do the same to me. I don't know. They do that. They send it to their country. So I'm famous in their country.
Yeah,
I
but how
know
you feel
people.
about it though?
I
But how
have
you feel
people
about it though?
contact. Oh, I have people contacting me from their country, going, "Oh, I know you." I'm like, "You don't know me. What the?" And I'm like, "Oh, you don't know me." And then I'm like, "Why do people say they know?" And then my dad's, "Oh, cause the family. We take pictures and we send and we talk and we did we undo the,
Eh,
you
eh,
know,
See,
all these apps." And I'm like, I
see,
I go, "Dad, get off the apps."
see. There you go. That's exactly how your daughter feeling when you post her baby pictures on the internet. Right there. That is it.
I'm I'm loving her from a distance. She knows it. She she cool. She ain't tripping, but she was like, "We'll see," because I'm like, "We're gonna do live together." She's like, "We'll see."
Well, I mean, lies one thing, but them baby pictures, she was like, yeah, you see how she feel about that.
I ain't ashamed of my baby pictures, but I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, okay." But people
It's not
contact
it's not about being ashamed about it. It's like other people are just like out. It's out there.
it's out there. Okay, so thank you for having me over. I know we've gone way over our time hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do a bridge build tonight. It's probably gonna be a little later on tonight. I'll schedule it, but yeah,
Yeah, contact me, and I had fun. I don't know if
yeah,
you did. I think you
yeah,
did. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
this is like
yeah,
a
yeah. I
nice
appreciate.
place to hang out. So
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate it. I always have you come through.
yeah, me too.
Let me go and give shout outs. You can stay on if you want. I'm just leave my shout outs and then I'm gonna end it. But shout out to Ariel, Yemi, Sunny, Eurydice, Nadia, Lady C,
Yeah,
Mahogany,
Miss
Miss
Beat
Beatty
Town.
Town, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh let's see, Eurydice,
Yes.
Maryland,
Yes.
uh, oh yeah,
Gabby Staley.
oh yeah. Let me go. Yeah, Coleman and trying to think who
Miss
else.
TR.
Yeah, Miss TR. Yeah, I think that might be everybody.
I
But
think
oh yeah, Mahogany
Purple
and
Love.
yeah, oh yeah, Purple Love. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Purple Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, see.
I
Okay, I
think we
think.
had a few guys on here
Yeah, I think.
for a little while. Holla at Yummy, yes.
Yeah. Yumi came in with like two different accounts, but yeah, he came through too. I think
He
I
said
said
he
him already. I think I said him already though. But
Okay.
yeah, but yeah. Thank
This
y'all
was
for coming
so
through.
much fun. And thank you for understanding and having fun with us. And yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. And I'm always happy to like be over here. This is like the
Yeah,
calmest channel, like one of the calmest channel I've been on. And I
yeah.
like it. I
Oh
like
yeah,
it.
I appreciate. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate it. I'm need those keys back though.
I appreciate you. Okay. Pass it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah, thank y'all for coming through. Home is my vibrations, people, and see you later. We'll probably do a bridge build later on tonight if y'all available. Come through, check it out. And yeah, have a great one. Oh yeah. Well, I made the announcement bridge builder. Okay. So I'll see y'all later.